What is up, you all? Today we're going to be talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder and a trade I think they should do. Real quick though, before we get started, this is a part 2. That's right. Part 1 is linked down in the description below. It also involves the Oklahoma City Thunder. You all should go check it out. In addition to that, if you enjoy daily sports videos on the NBA, the NFL, college football, and college basketball, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Post daily, trying to grow, and it would be much appreciated. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If we get, let's say 12 likes. If we get 12 likes on this video, I'll make a part 3 on the Thunder. Yeah, let's get it. So OKC, they've been doing pretty good. I think we can all admit that. In terms of, a rebuilding team, I'm not saying they're doing good in terms of, record or anything. But if we were to talk about teams with, a bright looking future, we can talk about Oklahoma City, right? Shai looks like Shea. I still don't know how you pronounce that name, so if one of y'all could help me out down in the comments below. Gilgeous-Alexander looks extremely good. He's fun to watch play. Lou Dort is beginning to look like a, defensive star, quite honestly. Freaking Diallo, or whatever, the dunk contest dude. Pretty sure that's who it is, at least. He looks, he's pretty good on defense. I'll give him that. They just got, pretty decent roster, more or less, for a rebuilding team with lots of picks. So before I talked about how they should get a center in Mo Bamba. Now I'm going to talk about how they should get a power forward in the name of John Collins. So this is much more of an investment for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Mo Bamba, as I talked about before, you could likely acquire him with giving up just, the Heat 2021 first round pick, which is not exactly a super high value pick. Heck, you might even be able to get him only for a couple of second round picks, right? He doesn't have a ton of value after sitting on the bench for a couple of years, not looking amazing when he has played. So you could get Mo Bamba relatively cheap, as I discussed in part 1. Part 2 requires more of a long-term commitment. John Collins. So for starters, let's just get this out of the way. If you trade for John Collins, you're going to need to extend him right away, all right? The dude is up for a max extension, or he wants a max extension, and if they don't give it to him, it's pointless to waste assets for literally like half a season rental, right? So I am aware that the NBA has rules concerning how they can and can't negotiate contracts during trade talks. I noticed because last season the Miami Heat attempted to trade for Danilo Gallinari, and they could not because they could not agree on a contract extension. Now, what does this mean for the Thunder? It means that they can essentially lock up John Collins for what, 4 or 5 years? Without the risk of him, just leaving, right? And them sacrificing all of those picks, and I'm assuming a player or two for nothing, right? Because you're going to have to match salary and all that good stuff. So, the pros of trading for John Collins, you're getting a good scorer, just a pretty good power forward all in all, right? He is, a good basketball player. I think we can all go with that. That's just, putting it simply. However, there are some, cons. You could honestly have a pretty good conversation about if he is a good teammate or not. This whole contract situation and then the beef with Trae Young. I say beef. What I mean by that is he had a talk with him and Clint Capella about how Trae Young's play style is detrimental to the team, which I can understand, honestly. But anyways, that's somewhat irrelevant. That's one concern. The other concern is how much you would have to give up to get him. Right? What is his value at? So the last, quote, superstar trade, we saw James Harden. That must have been, what, 5 first-round picks, 6 first-round picks? Do I think John Collins is worth that? No. I think maybe, what, 2 first-round picks and a younger guy? The only untouchables on this team should be Shea, once again, please let me know how you pronounce that, and Lou Dort, right? There should be no untouchables beyond that. I feel like a move that could potentially work, keyword, would be sending Al Horford back. There are some concerns with that, however. They already have Gallinari on that Hawks team, along with Onyeka Okongwu, Clint Capella. The Hawks team does not have a lack of small power forwards / centers, is what I'm trying to say. That's just, the simplest trade in terms of just, reunites like a fan favorite down in Atlanta and gets John Collins up to OKC. So that's that. Yeah, that's about it, quite honestly. So this is much more of a risk. You have to commit more to, a certain player and give up more assets to get said player. but it could be much more, beneficial long term. Right? Because John Collins is still a, fairly young dude, right? He's not some, 26, 27 year old. No, he's what, 23 years old, I believe? And if you could lock him up for what, 5 years, take him to his 28, to where he should be, entering his prime if all goes according to plan, then you're chilling, quite honestly. So, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, y'all have an amazing day. Subscribe to the channel. I post daily, as mentioned before. Yeah, y'all have an amazing day. And like and subscribe. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, love y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Yeah, peace out, y'all.